Hello everybody. Okay, so this video is going to be possibly one of my most interesting because I am attempting what could be the world's largest bloom. So I don't know if anyone's gone this big just yet. This is a table that I'm going to be doing an artwork on, and I'm going to be doing the butterfly nebula. So if you don't know what the butterfly nebula is, it's a nebula in outer space and it looks like a butterfly. Pretty self-explanatory, and I'll flash a picture up on the screen. And I thought it would be perfect for this table because it is wider than it is, it's longer than it is wide. So a normal bloom wouldn't reach all the way to the edge. So I'm going to try a double bloom. Now, I was going to blow this out, but the more I've thought about this, the more I want to swipe it first to get the shape, and then use my hairdryer on top to sort of blow things over if I need to. Now, challenges I'm going to face with this. So I did say that this was a table. This is actually 56 inches by, I think, 24 inches. So this is absolutely huge. I don't know if anyone's gone this big on a single piece before with the blooms. If you have, let me know how it went for you, and if there's anything I should be doing different now. But I'm going to get into it and start laying down some paint. Okay, so I'm going to go through some colors and explain to you what they are and what I'm going for. So I have plenty of colors to choose from, and I'm going to decide my layer order now. All right, so sorry if this is opposite to what it should be on the screen. So I have This Little Piggy Boastful, which is our blue to green stuck up pig. So this is an SUP, not a This Little Piggy. So stuck up pig's Boastful. That's the blue to green chameleon super color shifter. I have This Little Piggy Constellation. I have one of the new release pigments coming out, which is called Flamingle, and this is a bright baby pink with a green color shift. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's one of my favorite pigments that we've released. The three in this set: Flamingle, Crescendo and Unicorn. So I'm mixing up Unicorn now. They're super pretty color shifting pigments, but they're not stuck up pigs. These are regular TLPs. So you get 20 grams in a jar and you get an awesome color shift. So this one here is Unicorn, and this is a beautiful pale blue with a purpley color shift, almost to indigo. Then I have Crescendo. Crescendo is a baby purple, almost a lilac, and this has a beautiful deep rich purple shift, so more of a dark purple shift with a bit of pink in there, and I believe it goes to gold as well. When I first saw these pigments, I actually thought that they were stuck up pigs because the color shift on them is insane. This color here is a custom color that I've mixed up, and it is a mix of This Little Piggy Nightfall, which I had originally. Then I've mixed in some Matisse Dioxazine Purple and some Matisse Indigo. So I've got a really nice, deep, rich, bluey purple, but it's almost like midnight blue. Then I have This Little Piggy Twinkle. And now I am going to face a problem because my colors are incredibly runny. It's a very hot day today. I didn't think to leave my air conditioning on when I left this morning, so all of my paints are very thin. I did only mix them up yesterday, but yeah, I didn't think to leave the aircon on so they didn't melt. So let's see how we go. And this one is This Little Piggy Supernova. Now over here on my other set, I have Pebeo Iridescent Blue Black. This color is really pretty, and it shifts from, it almost looks grayish when you first mix it up, but when it dries this marvelous blue that fades to black. Then I've got my cell activator. So my cell activator is just going to be black. I thought about doing a gold one, but I stuck with black, and we're just going to keep it that way. Nice and simple. Okay, just checking to make sure it's still working. And it could be a little bit thicker, I think. It's just losing a little bit of its strength. Okay, so these are my colors. I'm going to put them aside. And it's good I didn't need all of my stirring sticks. Oh, and this is going to be a challenge on my legs because I have to stand up and sit down all the time. And that's up on my bench. Okay, so this is the biggest piece that I've ever done. Now, where's my spray? Okay, so I think the plan of attack is I'm going to start in the middle, which is roughly here, and I'm only going to pour one side of the pillow at a time and swipe it out, and then pour this side of the pillow and swipe it out, so that way I can sort of keep my paints, central, and I can see what design I'm going to go with, and that's hopefully going to stop the paint drying out too quickly as well. All right, so on that note, let's get this out of the way, and let's get my swiper and my big swiper. All right, so yes, I think so. I do want to keep the design relatively small so that it can be spun out. So I'm going to bring this. All right, let's just start, huh? Only one way to do it. Okay, so let's get some pillow paint down. And I'm not fussed with bubbles. Okay, there, and then just spraying the edge with water. So the first paint that I want to put down is the Pebeo Iridescent Blue Black. And I'm going to put that, actually, I'm going to grab my torch and try and just torch out some of these surface bubbles. Now you know you're not supposed to do that with house paint because you can scorch the paint very easily, but I'm a rebel. Okay, so Pebeo Iridescent Blue Black. Let's put a little bit here, a little bit there, and a little bit here. Then let's go for Twinkle. The other thing is my spinner likes to turn of its own accord. Then I want to put this nice, actually I want to put that on top, the darker colour. I want to put Boastful underneath. And I do want quite a bit of negative space in this. Then let's do Constellation. I'm not fussed if I see pillow paint through the gaps. I want it to look cloud-like and nebulous. Then we've got Flamingle, Unicorn, Crescendo, Supernova. Supernova's a tad thick, so what I might do is just use my little spray bottle just to spritz a little bit of water in there to thin it out just a touch. That's better. And then I want this lovely deep rich purple on top. Now because this is a tube paint, this should form some really nice cells for us over the top of the pigments and help that all sink down. Okay, now let's grab our swiper tool and some paper towel so I can wipe that off. And let's go one this way, one this way. Now I'm not putting too much CA on here. We're just going to swipe like that. Take it off there. And do another round. I'm not fussed if pillow paint comes up. Let's go this way. I'm thinking straight through the middle. Actually, I might blow the middle out. Let's try that. So where's my hairdryer? Oh, come here. Okay, got that, I got that. Let's bring that around here. Okay, so here we go. I'm going oh, I'm crazy. I'm actually crazy. I'm just going to blow this straight through the center. So color there. Oops, cell activator there, I should say. Alright, I'm already taking too long and my paint is starting to skin over. Okay, so I've got to get this other side done really, really quickly. Get some colour on here and then get the other side moving. So my water idea did not work. Good to know. So let's just get this going. And this side I think I'm just going to blow it out. Alright, that's a litre of paint done already. Let's get another container. Okay, there is a lot of paint on here. I will say that there is a lot of paint. And I am going to go around here so I can blend that side edge in and make sure that I've got enough to go over here. Again, I'll blend that all in. Okay, torch. Alright. A little bit of water on top. Alright, let's go with Pebeo Iridescent Blue Black. Let's go with, what did we do? We did Boastful. We did Constellation. Then we did Twinkle. Be very interested to see how this blows out. Let's do Crescendo next. Let's do Flamingle. Let's do Unicorn. Oh shit. Supernova. I just dragged the stir stick from my dark purple paint into my Flamingle, which is not good. Dig that out. That should be fine. Okay, and my dark purple. Okay. Then let's get Swipey Tool. Go. Okay, and then hairdryer, where are you? Where are you? Under here. Okay. I have the design that I like. Now I'm just going to move my paints out of the way and let's get this spun out. Alright, hairdryer out of the way. Do I need more paint? Probably. That one's empty, that one's empty. Let's go with this one. Alright, so I'm going to use my hand to disrupt the edge here because that's where everything is going to be dry. So just blending everything in, making sure that I'm not going to get that edge. Okay, and then we're going to spin this. And hope and pray that this works out correctly. Okay, so I've noticed first thing that everything is very one-sided, not centered. So let's try and shift some of that paint weight. And I've noticed that I started too far to one side. So my initial spin, I'm going to gently move the weight of the paint one way. And I've already got paint on my feet, so let's give this a spin. Gentle spin should get everything moving to one side. Alright, I'm getting dizzy. It's very, very hard being down that low. I can see all of that paint shifting. Spin it a little bit harder. And then once I get everything centered, I'll move the board back. Alright, I can already see the paint's reached that edge now. Now let's move it back in the middle, or thereabouts. So I should mention under this I've taped it all up with some cellophane. Alright, and that is pretty centered. So let's just add some more paint because this is going to spin all the way out. I know this stuff is going to get spun off, but I want to make sure that it's going to reach the edge. Any adjustments you need to do, you have to do it while the paint is wet before it's been spun out. Okay, let's give it a go. Ready, go. I'm not going to spin this too hard. I'm just doing gentle spins just to get that paint spread out where it needs to be. Okay, it's looking good so far. The design is stretching out, the paint is moving. But I'm going to help it along just by filling in some of the edges. And let's try and move everything this way. Just a little. Alright, there we go. Oh no, I got my apron in the edge of the thing, and now my apron's all covered in paint. Oh well, we knew this would happen. Okay, now let's give this a decent spin. At the moment, it's looking more like a giant spider. So, what I may do is place down some pillow in the center here. And I'm just going to bloom with a couple of those colors. So, let's go with Constellation. Flamingle, and I'm just going to blow this out with my mouth. Crescendo. And let's go with the purple. Alright, black CA. Oh, alright, that's an effort. But got the effect I want, so I'm going to do the same on the other side. Let's do some unicorn. Oh, I didn't add pillow. Crap. A little bit of that purple. Oh, I just dropped some of that purple into my unicorn. Keep hitting the damn window. Okay, let's go with Supernova on this side. My feet are very slippery at the moment. They're covered in paint. Let's go Twinkle. And black CA. Because while I want everything to tie in, I do want it to be a little bit different on each side. Okay, let's give this another big spin. Okay, so I think this is pretty much done for spinning. So what I'm going to do now is fix up the center and see what needs to be done here. So there's a couple of little blobs that I don't like. Just going to take them out. And then here, just going to try and curl these bits together. So it looks like they're sort of swirling into the middle. Alright, and then I'm going to give it one final spin just to even those middle bits out. Now I can hear that there's no more paint splattering off onto the ground, which is awesome. But of course I just stuck my finger straight into the edge of the piece, so I need to fix that. The next one round, here we go. Okay, just a little bit more paint. itself out. Now I'm going to let this dry. I know I'm going to get some little divots here and there from where I touched it with my fingers, but I've got to say the color shift on this is freaking awesome. So it just so happens that all of the pigments that I've used shift blue one direction and pink on the other. So when you tilt your head one way, it's pink, and when you tilt your head the other, it's blue. So it's really, really incredible, and it's exactly what I've envisioned, which doesn't often happen in painting. So I'm going to attempt to clean up my little station over here. I'm just going to get everything, like all of my stir sticks, out of the pots and leave them in a container overnight with water so they can soak, and I will clean them tomorrow. But now is the challenge of getting out of here, which may prove a little bit difficult.